so far so good. We made it to the
airport through the checks.
airport, and we're having breakfast like the good old times.
And we have all our tests done, all negative, but nobody's checked them.
Nobody checked nothing.
We have them and they're letting us through.
Easiest flights ever. I just want to say that we have made it. We arrived and we are here. Now we're just waiting for our car to arrive and then we're good to go. So it's now 1 p.m. and beautiful sky in Lisbon. And we're just so happy to be here. This is our car. We're gonna drive Spanish car in a Portuguese town. We found our apartment, but it's strange because you have number 1, number 2 and number 3, but then you have E and D, so very confusing. And then you have numbers like 40, but then there's 40A and 40B, and then there's 40C there, 40D on this side, like really all over the place. So we have a key and we have a bottle opener, so we'll try to use them both. Let me quickly show you the apartment. We have this room, but it's locked. But we found the key, so we opened it just to store our stuff. This is our little living room, and then this is the main bedroom. And here is the main attraction, Lisbon. Time to celebrate with the wine that we bought for $3.50. We mix it with cold water because it's not yet very chilled. Cheers!
Oh, cheers, baby. Here's to Portugal.
After our refreshing drink, we took a stroll around the city. We also went to see a local beach. Lisbon in the summer is full of vibrant and purple color jacaranda trees. They make the squares and the roads look absolutely beautiful. That made us a little bit hungry, so we decided to explore the local food market. Time Out Market opened in 2014 and quickly became a huge success as one of the top attractions in the city. Not only it provided hundreds of jobs to the local community, but also gave tourists a possibility to explore rich local cuisine from 32 different restaurants inside. You can find here the most treasured Portuguese products such as salty bacalhau fish or pastéis de nata custard tarts. Everything here looked absolutely delicious. We ordered 2 coffees, one for each, 1 cappuccino and 1 espresso, and the traditional custard pies, and also something called capile. It's like a syrup, sweet syrup, very refreshing. And this is a local traditional thing that they've been drinking since 1780s, and very nice and refreshing. After loading our bodies with caffeine and carbs, we continued exploring the coast around Lisbon. We went to check out a beach located on the south side of the city. After 1 hour we arrived at the beach. It's 1:45, perfect sun, it's a little bit windy but warm, about 25 degrees. And we're just exploring the area. Beaches around Lisbon are quite often windy. Locals don't swim much in the cold Atlantic Ocean as the temperature of water is around 19 degrees in the summer. For swimming, they prefer a located 2.5-hour drive Algarve, where the temperature of water is higher, around 21 degrees. However, the water is very clear and the air feels fresh and healthy. We're coming back from the beach now and driving to a marina where we rented a boat for tonight to stay there. It's a very beautiful area here by the beach. We have a little bit of a forest. Love it here, absolutely beautiful area. We'll stop at the shop to get a few goodies and then we'll go to see our boat. This is our boat. I just want to show you inside. Hello. We've got a TV. That's where you've got the electrical diffuse box. We keep our luggage here. We've got windows we can open on both sides. There's a table and everything comes in three. We've got 3 chairs, and there's 3 glasses, 3 plates of every kind. Everything is 3. There's a fridge, which we have nothing in at the moment, but we'll fix it. We've got some shopping. We've got a microwave, and we can even cook food. And here we can get outside, and there's a view for the marina. So the water is low, and the difference between low and high tide is about 5 meters. Parque das Nachos is located on the east side of Lisbon. It is a fantastic location for those who want to explore a more modern side of the city. Nothing to see here, just a typical morning in a marina. We're going for breakfast. This part of Lisbon was developed at the end of the 90s, mainly because of the Expo 1998 that attracted 11 million visitors to the city. The pavilions and the structures were especially built for that occasion and later sold for commercial or residential purpose. Since then, this area is thriving and still attracting 18 million visitors every year. You can find here trendy restaurants, fancy shopping center, a cable car, and one of the most impressive oceanariums in Europe. It is a beautiful place to spend time with friends and family. Go for a walk on the shore of Tejo River and admire one of the longest in the world, 420 meters long, Vasco da Gama Bridge. Even on a hot day, you can enjoy fresh breeze from the water. We ate our favorite custard pies and had a coffee, and decided to explore yet another beach, this time located on the west coast of Portugal. So we arrived on the beach. It's west side of Sintra. We tried to see the palace, but we couldn't get there because the road was closed. It's very windy. Everything looks deserted. The whole beach just for us. The beach was stunning, but the wind from the Atlantic Ocean was very strong. No wonder the beach was empty. It was even too strong for my drone's gimbal, normally quite stable in a windy situation. That made me understand very well why Portuguese people don't swim in the Atlantic Ocean and prefer to drive to Algarve, where the sea is much warmer. Then we drove alongside the south coast of Portugal and admired the beauty of Cascais Natural Park. That made us hungry, and we decided to go back to our barge and order takeaway. So it's our second evening of the boat, and we have ordered some takeaway. So we have what we've got here. I forgot what we ordered. Pad Thai with shrimps and some curry with shrimp.
Yeah.
We've got some white rice. Yes, we've got the beans. We've got the beans, and we've got some nice sparkling wine. And we're planning our trip for tomorrow. Today I'm cooking breakfast on a boat. So we've got local organic eggs, cheese made of sheep's milk. It's called quail curado, very rich in flavor, beautiful cheese. We've got some local pate, and we've got organic tomatoes, butter, rye bread, and some olives here. And we don't have a proper coffee machine, so we're going to use just an instant cappuccino, and later we can get a proper an espresso. And here we've got salt from Algarve, and it's salt infused with a lot of herbs and spices, very tasty, and some black pepper. So I'm going to make scrambled eggs. This is the final result of my breakfast making process. These tomatoes are amazing. They taste like heaven. And this cheese, amazing. I have a really low tide this morning. The barge was one of the most unique places we ever stayed in, and we knew we were going to miss it. So we're going to the beach, and this is the actual road that we're driving on for another mile or so. How do you feel today?
Oh, excellent. I was just thinking, I hope the car doesn't get chipped, but I think if you go that speed, it's fine, isn't it?
4 centimeters we can do, not more. Okay, we arrived at the beach, and there is a train truck going through the sand. Here and there. And the parking is free, and the beach looks completely deserted. COVID lifestyle.
When I got bored of being David Attenborough, I focused on getting my tan right. And then it was time to race the Paris-Dakar style road back to the city.
Back home. Just yet another day in Marina.
The centre of Lisbon has a lot to offer. This time we went to the posh district called Baixa, once home to the royal palace. This area is now one of tourists' favourite places to visit. In 1755, an earthquake and tsunami destroyed 85% of the city. Lisbon was rebuilt and made more modern and beautiful than before. Today it is a perfect place to relax and admire the fountains and the beautiful patterned pavements. It is also a wonderful place to eat. Once again, we were facing a difficult choice. Which one of the great restaurants to pick for our dinner?
Really nice food. It's got beans in it, so can't go wrong. Beans, different types of seafood. After 3 days and 3 nights, we've decided to leave our marina, leave our boat, and move on to another place. Look how low is the tide today. There's no water in the dock at all. So when you wake up in the morning, the boat is slightly tilted because it's sitting on the ground. Bye, boat.
As clean as the day we found it.
We are at the Pena Palace in Sintra, and we are going to walk up to the palace, it's up there, and then we are going to take the picture with the colourful clothes and the colourful palace.
Located on the top of the hill in the middle of National Park, the Pena Palace is easily visible from Lisbon on a clear day. Visited by thousands of tourists every year, this beautiful building was once a summer residence of Portuguese royalties. The site of Pena Palace used to be a medieval chapel dedicated to Our Lady of Pena. It was then ordered by King Manuel I to build a monastery, which was then donated to the Order of Saint Jerome. By the 18th century, it was severely damaged by the Great Lisbon earthquake. Somehow the chapel managed to survive without any damage. King Ferdinand II acquired a monastery and turned it into the Pena Palace we can see today. Under his explicit command, the monastery was painted in red and the new building in yellow was completed in 1854. Over time, the colors faded and the palace was entirely grey. By the end of the 20th century, the palace was repainted to its original hues. In 1995, the building and the rest of the cultural landscape of Sintra were classified as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. The castle was built with a purpose to serve as a summer residence of the king, not to defend, but to boost his ego. After his death, the palace was passed into the possession of his second wife, Elisa Hensler, Countess of Edla, who later sold the palace to King Louis. In 1889, it was purchased by the Portuguese state and was later classified as a national monument and transformed into a museum. The Pena Park is a vast forested area spread out over 200 hectares, and it surrounds the palace. The park is filled with walking paths, secret alleys, pavilions, lakes, ponds and exotic trees designed based on the orders given by the King Ferdinand. The palace is maintained very well and shows the rich variety of architectural styles, combining the exotic taste of Romanticism with Oriental and Neo-Gothic. Many of the elements of the convent were well preserved, including the cloister, the dining, the sacristy and the chapel. The key highlight would definitely be the Queen's Terrace, as it displayed a sundial cannon they used to fire daily at noon. The clock tower was completed later in 1843. The inside of Pena Palace is equally fascinating. It was restored to reflect the original decor in 1910, when the Portuguese nobility fled to Brazil to escape the revolution. The last Queen of Portugal, Queen Amelia, spent her last night at the palace before leaving the country in exile. The trip to Pena Palace is worth taking. The cost is only €7.50 and it's a good value for money. The interiors of Pena Palace were adapted to serve as the summer residence of the royal family. It has amazing stuccos, painted walls and various reverments in tile from the 19th century, forming part of the numerous royal collection. We can admire stained glass, beautiful old piano, impressive ornaments, a room full of stag heads and a vast kitchen. After we finished the tour, we went back to the city to once more admire the fountains, unique architecture and the old school looking trams, the symbol of the capital.
We have successfully arrived back in Lisbon. We're in the city center and I managed to find parking just outside our apartment where we're staying, which is phenomenal because there is no parking in Lisbon in this part. And it's quite expensive. It's $1.50 per hour, which is expensive for Lisbon standard, and you have to pay until 1 a.m. But tomorrow from 1 p.m. it's free. We'll probably be out of here by then.
This is our apartment for tonight. The bathroom is quite nice. Show you the massive actually. We've got a balcony as well. See the sea. It's on the third floor, which is a good exercise. Our private minibar is stocked up as always.
It's time to go for something to eat. This is where we're going for dinner. A rooftop bar. It's a beautiful view. This is how it looks. It's quite cool. And down there we have the area of Basia. Okay, what do you have on the menu? This is the QR code we need to scan, and we're gonna see the menu on online. So you got some really fancy drinks here. This is your mango drink. So cheers, babes.
Oh, that's delicious. It's really lovely, fruity.
I have to say my wine is equally amazing. Very rich in flavor. And it tastes better because of the view, of course. Okay, so here's our starter. I'm basically going to repeat everything he just said. So it's grilled octopus with sweet potato, and there is some chives on top and sesame seed. Looks delicious. Look, perfect texture. So good.
It's really tasty, no? And the sweet potato is lovely as well.
Beautiful. Love it. So now we've got a second course, main course. We've got some sirloin steak, and obviously traditionally Nelly has it very well done. We've got it medium rare, like always.
I love when I say very well done. I'm not gonna try it until I get the spicy sauce. I'll be like Alfonso. Wait for the spiciness. What do you call it? Speed up. Okay. Ooh, so good. It has a herby taste and salted. Delicious.
I tried mine. Mine is amazing.
One we had 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
Perhaps it's not so spicy still.
Thank you.
Beside of that, you only have the Tabasco.
Thank you.
Our stay in Lisbon was slowly coming to an end, but we were still charmed by its beauty and a peaceful feel. Walking around town is just pure pleasure, even for someone who thinks that walking is only for people with dogs. We fell in love with Lisbon and its people.
185 and can I get it in a chocolate cup? Can I get it in a chocolate cup? I
Go
wanted
for
something
it.
sweet and small, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's not good for your health. It's terrible.
Alright, I just...
Or for Instagram.
Michael, you just like it.
Nah, don't worry, don't worry. I'm not one of these people. Thank you.
So in the chocolate cup you get a free refill, okay? It's 2 times, so don't eat the chocolate on the first one, okay?
Oh wow. Okay, go for it then. Cheers.
Salud.
So.
Delicious.
Beautiful morning in Lisbon. We'll be driving to Algarve today though.
Leaving Lisbon was hard. We felt incredibly attached to it, even only after a few days. We knew we were going to miss the feel of it. Friendly people and beautiful squares. It's almost like someone designed a perfect city. The population of Lisbon is just over 500,000 people, and the city doesn't feel overcrowded. The average temperature in the summer stays around 22 to 24 degrees, and in the winter it doesn't drop below 11 degrees, which makes it a very pleasant place to live. There are a lot of things that the city has to offer, from a rich and healthy cuisine, historic places to visit, to colourful parks and iconic views. Combined with the friendliness of the local residents, it makes it our favourite European capital.
I just wanted to quickly show you the apartment we're staying in today. This is the living room. There are 2 bathrooms and there's 1 bedroom that we obviously don't need, so we won't use this one. This is the master or main bedroom. Smaller bedroom. It's used as a study. Massive kitchen. We've left for us some snacks as well. And here, of course, our favorite custard tarts. There's just one of blocks like this. Bittersweet that because we're happy that we're here, but we're not happy that we're leaving. We're in a great restaurant called Bacalhau, just by the pier. You can see the bridge in the background. It's the longest bridge I've ever driven on. Amazing. And the restaurant itself has got very good reviews, and people are lovely here, like everywhere else. Cheers! Our last night.
I'm not sure.
It's like
You'll love it.
Okay, here we've got some amazing food that just arrived. I've ordered grilled octopus, like usually.
How do you say this in Portuguese?
Octopus. Octopus is polvo. Polvo.
And this one?
Polvo, alagareiro, bacalhau com broa.
Exactly.
Right?
Perfect, lovely. Thank you. Looks amazing. Looks great. So let's dig in.
Bon appetito.
What have we got here?
Ice cream with fruits and some kind of red berries. It looks amazing. And I think Portuguese desserts are very kind of like how desserts should be. You know, like sweet, fruity, simple.
And when you order coffee, they bring you actual coffee. They don't bring you some sort of Americano nonsense with lots of water. I want to show you a few interesting things in a Portuguese shop. This is too big for me to take, but I definitely try that. Different cookies, a lot of different types of bread, of course. And our favorite section, amazing selection of cheese. And this is the one we've had before, and it's really, really tasty. And then, of course, bacalhau, the dried fish. Look at the size of this. And these are our favorite crackers that we tried and we absolutely loved. This one's got cheesy
I think
flavor.
this looks really good.
Yeah, that's also
This is
cheese.
cheese, tomato, and I think
Yeah,
that's-
take that, because this is you can see the same name,
yeah.
same cheese, so it must be good. And it's interesting, they have the shelves with the selection of olive oil is as impressive as their selection of wine. and it's located next to each other.
We reluctantly drove back to our apartment knowing that we will have to be back here as soon as possible. The next stop for us was Porto, the second largest city in Portugal. We were looking forward to it, but we knew we were going to miss Lisbon.